I'm going to go to every road game, no matter what, like whether I'm playing or not.
She has been abused repeatedly. We have shown you videos, just getting elbowed, getting crushed, inbound passes where they ram into her, just absolutely abused, and there clearly is a race.
What if the player you thought could never walk away was already halfway out the door, and we just didn't see it coming? That's the storm swirling around Caitlin Clark right now. The rookie phenom who didn't just join the WNBA, she detonated into it, taking a franchise on life support and turning it into a sold-out circus of basketball, celebrity, and cultural momentum. Fans are convinced she's the future of the sport. The league has built its marketing calendar around her. Corporate America is throwing contracts at her like confetti. But now, there are whispers that she's ready to leave it all behind. Not in a few years.
Now.
And if that's true, the fallout wouldn't just be a story. It would be a seismic event that shakes women's sports to its core. Because here's the common belief. A player like Caitlin Clark doesn't quit when she's on top. Stars at their peak ride the wave, stack titles, and cash checks. That's the myth we've been fed for decades. But the contrarian truth? Sometimes the peak is exactly when the urge to walk away hits hardest. Because the same spotlight that makes you untouchable can also feel like it's burning right through you. Clark's career might look like a dream from the outside, but from her seat, the reality is far more complicated, and the proof is in the numbers. Yes, she's pulling nearly 20 points, over 8 assists, and almost 6 rebounds per game, dragging Indiana back into the playoffs after a 7-year drought. Yes, she's the reason Gainbridge Fieldhouse stopped echoing and started roaring, with attendance up over 400%. Yes, she's the ratings magnet who turned million-plus TV audiences from a fantasy into the norm. But all of that? It's just the highlight reel. Behind a curtain is a business structure that keeps her locked into a rookie salary that barely scrapes $250,000 while she generates millions in ticket sales, merchandise, and sponsorship revenue for everyone else. Her contract has more shackles than perks. She can't renegotiate, can't force a trade, and can't test her value freely. It's a gilded cage, gold plating on the outside, bars on the inside. So let's start with the second biggest driver of this possible exit: control, or more accurately, the lack of it. Context: the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement was signed in a pre-Clark era, before anyone could imagine a single rookie changing the economics of the league in under a season. Application: that outdated deal means even as her face is plastered across national campaigns and her jersey sales dwarf the rest of the league, her actual leverage inside the WNBA is basically zero. Framing: in any other pro league, a star this valuable has options: trades, free agency, renegotiations. In the WNBA, Clark's only choice is to keep playing by the rules that profit from her without giving her proportional return. And that gnaws at a competitor who knows her worth down to the decimal. Now here's the best point, the one that really might push her to walk. It's not just about paychecks. It's about the weight of being more than a player. Clark isn't just running plays, she's running a movement. Every game is a referendum on the WNBA's future. Every miss becomes a headline. Every soundbite is dissected for hidden meaning. It's not just opponents she has to outthink. It's narratives, expectations, and an audience that never blinks. Context: this isn't the grind of a long season. It's the grind of being the league's sole gravitational center. Application: that pressure changes relationships inside a team. Teammates know she's the reason the cameras are here. Coaches know every decision about her minutes will be scrutinized. Front offices know sponsors are here for her. Framing: that kind of isolation can make you start asking dangerous questions. Like, am I playing because I love the game, or because the machine needs me to keep running? And here's the open loop. If she did step away, she wouldn't be walking into obscurity. Not even close. The global market for women's basketball is flush with opportunities that blow past the WNBA's constraints. Europe's top leagues? They'll double, triple, even quadruple her salary. Housing, travel, and perks included. Australia's WNBL? Competitive pay, shorter season, better lifestyle. And in all of those, she could still cash her endorsements without asking anyone's permission. She could play the game she loves without being the reluctant CEO of a billion-dollar rebrand. But then the rehook: would leaving now tarnish her legacy or cement it? Because this isn't just about business. It's about identity. For years, Clark has been groomed as the poster child for women's basketball's rise. Sponsors don't just want her jump shot. They want her story. Walking away could rewrite the ending to that story entirely. Some will call it quitting. Others will call it liberation. And that's where the human element cuts deepest. The road trips that keep her from family milestones. The constant travel that wears down even the most resilient body. The mental strain of having no off switch because your brand never sleeps. The private moments where she wonders if the game is still hers, or if it now belongs to the audience. Those are the conversations you won't see in the press conference, but they're the ones that shape careers. Meanwhile, outside forces are circling. Tech companies want her voice in sports innovation. Media producers want her behind documentaries and analysis desks. Lifestyle brands want her to anchor campaigns that have nothing to do with basketball. These aren't pipe dreams, they're contracts ready to sign. And the kicker? They offer more creative control, more financial upside, and far fewer rules than the WNBA. The league's danger is obvious. If they can't keep Clark, they can't just lose a player. They lose the person who made them appointment viewing. They lose the bridge to millions of casual fans. They lose the momentum they've been desperate to build for decades. If she leaves, the message to future stars is clear. The WNBA is where you start, not where you stay. So, here we are. Clark is standing at a crossroads. One path keeps her as the face of the league, but bound by the same constraints that have been slowly tightening around her. The other path offers freedom, wealth, and control, but at the cost of stepping away from the very stage she built. And somewhere between those two is the truth that she might not want to admit out loud. The possibility that the game itself isn't enough anymore, because in sports, the crown always comes with a weight. And when you're the one holding it, you have to decide if carrying it is worth the cost. Maybe she stays and forces the league to evolve. Maybe she leaves and proves her point by thriving somewhere else. Either way, the decision won't just define her career. It'll define the WNBA's next decade. So, what do you think? Is Caitlin Clark ready to change the game one more time by walking away from it? Or is this just the pressure talking before the next big run? Whatever the answer, it's going to be one of those moments we all remember where we were when it happened. And if you've got a take, drop it, because this is one story where the ending hasn't been written yet, and you might just see it unfold in real time.